Good evening. What up, and welcome to the internet's top-rated baseball equipment amateur award ceremony, the 6th annual Bat Bro Award Show. Tonight, we will be celebrating the highs and lows of the baseball bat industry, featuring 14 new categories, including the BBCOR Bodie, or Bat of the Year, the Youth Bat of the Year, the Dud of the Year, the Wood Bat of the Year, the Best Fake Wood Bat of the Year, the Best Wallet-Friendly Bat of the Year, the Comeback Player of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, the Letdown of the Year, not to be confused with the Dud of the Year, the Anthony Davis Award, the Drippiest Bat of the Year, the Least Drippy Bat of the Year, the Most Accomplished Bat Brand of the Year, and lastly, a brand new category, the Best Illegal Bat of the Year, the Barry Award. And this magic envelope contains the fate of the next 14 Broski Awards, starting with the best BBCOR bat in the game for 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to For the second year in a row, the Combat Spec A1 BBCOR takes home the best BBCOR bat of the year. Well deserved. I don't think it lost a single showdown literally ever over the last 2 years. It is sold out a lot though, so while I think this is the best bat in the game, and pretty much everyone I come across that swings this bat kind of agrees with me, they absolutely love it. This thing isn't going to turn you into frickin' Mookie Betts overnight. This is a really good bat, but the margin between the very best bat and even like our top 8, 10, 15 ranked bats is razor thin, guys, especially when it's sold out. But if we're nitpicking, the Combat, once again, I mean, bro, listen to the sound.
Difficult out for Auburn pitching. Bodine gives this one a charge deep into the night, and it's gone.
Best BBCOR in the game, the Combat. So the highest concentration of baseball players is in youth baseball. So with that said, we will be crowning the Youth Baseball Bat of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to the Supra takes it. Louisville Slugger is back in USSSA after kind of being out of the picture for quite a few years now. But I can honestly say this might be the single best bat in all 3 categories for UTRIP. Drop 5, drop 8, and drop 10. There was a very close runner-up though. The Easton Dub. I could see an argument for the Easton Dub winning this category. Just an amazing bat. Honestly, I think both of these overtook both the Hype Fire and the Icon this year, which is saying so much. The travel ball bats are getting absolutely out of control, but everyone I come across that swings the Supra has nothing but good things to say about it, all the way from 9U kids all the way up to the 13U drop 5 kids. Well deserved. The Supra is the best youth bat of the year. On a more somber note, we will now be recognizing the single worst bat review we went through this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dud of the Year goes to
This thing sucks.
Is it? What do you say? It's like D tier.
Yes.
Really? This one always breaks my heart, but it's the $500 DeMarini Zen BBCOR. No shade thrown at the UTRIP version, especially the drop 5 is rather lovely. There's definitely work to be done on the drop 8 and the drop 10, but the BBCOR, guys, just to put it bluntly, this thing sucked and was not at all worth $500. But this was basically just kind of another version of that Zoa, which I think might have won Dud of the Year before. If you're going to put up a 5 Benji price tag on a BBCOR bat, it better blow our minds like the Icon or the Hype Fire did. This thing was not it. We will now be recognizing the best wood bat in the game, and for 2026, we have separated the wood bat category into 2 distinct categories, the real wood bats and the wannabe fake wood composite bats. Starting out with real wood, the best in the game, the Broski goes to Chandler takes home the best real wood bat of the year in and year out. I feel like Chandler is one of the only brands, especially in maple bats, where just the average Joe regular customer can go online and get pro quality wood. Or I feel like with a lot of brands, if you go to a store and buy one of their bats, you're getting a dud. It's a really skinny looking barrel. They're often really fragile and they're still crazy expensive. This is very expensive, and I do want to be clear, this thing is still just a piece of a tree. It's still wood. It is susceptible to breaking. But if you want to swing real wood, I think Chandler makes the best real wood in the game right now. My personal favorite turn model is the Aaron Judge AJ99 right here, which I believe is actually the same model that Ohtani swings. And you would think it's a big, heavy, unloaded bat. Not at all. A really well-balanced bat with a big barrel on it. And if I was playing pro ball right now, I would probably try to swing Chandler. However, huge honorable mention to what I think is the best birch bat in the game. I think for quite a bit less, probably $50 cheaper than the Chandler. The American Batsmith birch bats, just again, year in and year out, outstanding. I feel like this is always pro quality wood. Barely edged out by the Chandler, but these are legit. So now moving on to the more practical option for a lot of wood bat amateur swingers out there, the wannabe fake wood composite bats. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to.
I mean, I don't see how it would break. It's a big fat piece of wood hollowed out with a PVC pipe. You could argue that's a corked bat basically, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah.
The Louisville Slugger RA13 wood composite. What I love about this thing is that it looks just like a wood bat. It sounds exactly like a wood bat, but we basically just have a full composite rubber handle right here, which is gonna make this thing stupid durable, but it's also gonna make it feel a ton like you're just swinging a metal or composite BB core bat. However, this thing almost fumbled the bag. I thought this was gonna be indestructible, but I've actually seen quite a few of these break. However, simply because this has a full 1-year warranty, where most wood bats are going to have more of like an industry standard 60, 30, 75-day warranty. Even if it breaks, we got a brand new one right away. So I still think the RA13 wood composite is the best non-real wood bat in the game. However, a well-deserved honorable mention from the hottest wood, not really wood, bat I've ever swung in my life, the Delano Gamer. Insanely expensive, but dude, look at the freaking barrel size on this bad boy. I think I hit a ball 110 with wood. I've never done that in my life.
That would be my wood bat PR if we are considering this a wood bat.
But the durability is definitely suspect. I broke this in a single video.
That is freaking insane.
If Delano can figure out the durability on this bat, this is the new juiced bomb bat. Like, this could be so good if they fix the durability. Fingers crossed, but not quite there yet. Our next category is the best budget baseball bat of the year. That's really cheap and really good. This one might surprise you folks. The Broski goes to.
Dude, bullcrap, this does not draw. Am I the only one that actually thought it drew?
Also one of the drippiest bats in the game, the Victus Crayon / Pencil / Vibe / now Warhawk. They're all the exact same bat, and you may have expected this to go to the Louisville Slugger Dynasty. However, this is $200 and it's only available in BB Core, but you can get these bats in BB Core right now for I think $150 to $180, and these are very serviceable in youth baseball as well. For I think $150 to $180 also. The U-Trip Victus Vibe is great. And the USA Little League Victus Vibe, the pencil bat, the crayon bat, I think is one of the single best choices for a USA Little League bat. This bat is doing great things for the baseball community. Cheap bats that are good are always going to win my heart. The Victus Vibe, budget bat of the year. We will now be celebrating the virtue of resilience and coming back with vigor after a couple down years. Ladies and gentlemen, the comeback player of the year goes to the Marucci Cat X Reckless. This is the one piece right here. This is the same as the black and blue one. And I personally thought the Cat X2 BB Core bats over the last 2 years were pretty mid, but I would honestly say the Cat X Reckless, especially the one piece, is the single closest bat we have in BB Core to the BB Core bat of the year, the Combat. And I think it's currently ranked number 2 overall on our top BB Core list. Much congrats to the Marucci Cat X Reckless. Next up, we will be highlighting a newcomer to the BB Core space for 2026, the Rookie of the Year. This bat was not supposed to be good at all, but ladies and gentlemen, the Rookie of the Year goes to the Easton Hype Fire BB Core. It turns out this is basically just a bigger barreled, juicier feeling version of the Rawlings Icon, and dare I say, maybe one of the best, if not the single best composite BB Core bat I have personally ever swung. Everyone I've had swing this bat absolutely loves it.
I like this better than this today. I don't know why.
So I like this a lot more than the Icon.
And we are looking at a bat right here that could cause some fits for the Combat, the Reckless, the Icon, the Select Power. This could do some damage in the BB Core rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, big time MVP watch right here for the Easton Hype Fire BB Core. This is also kind of on durability watch, so we'll keep an eye out for that. For this next category, we need the hater goggles for the letdown bat of the year. A bat that was promised to me as the new great thing that I think was a bit of a letdown. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to
the Torpedo Bat.
Torpedo bats.
Torpedo bat.
The Torpedo Bat. It's unfair to the pitchers. It's stupid for the game.
I'm getting a little confident here.
I don't think there has ever been a baseball bat in the history of mankind that received more press and more news coverage than the Torpedo Bat. I was promised by an astrophysicist on CNN that this would be the newest groundbreaking innovation in baseball bats.
Somebody should have invented this decades ago.
So we got super excited. We came out here and did a review. My expectations were skyscraper high, and this was pretty much the most normal wood bat I have ever swung. I did not get the hype. You probably saw the Yankees hit 1 million home runs on opening day this year while swinging this bat. And fast forward to the end of the season, pretty much everybody had hung up their Torpedo bats on the shelves because this was really just not that special. I think that what a Torpedo bat is trying to achieve by shifting mass from here to here can simply be achieved by cupping the end of your wood bat. And I don't want to hate on it too much because it's still fine. It still hits great. This is just not going to make you a better hitter, in my opinion. The expectations were so high, I think the Torpedo bat was easily the letdown of the year. Next up, I will sadly be awarding the Anthony Davis Award to the bat that was always getting injured, the most fragile bat of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to to nobody's surprise, the Louisville Slugger Atlas. You guys saw all the Instagram stories. I got multiple messages a day about this thing not only cracking, but completely snapping in half. But to be fair, this is a wildly popular bat. There are tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Atlases out in the wild. So the sample size is kind of misleading. However, there was no bat that I saw break as much as the Atlas this year. Doesn't take away from the fact this thing absolutely bangs though. Now moving on to everybody's favorite category, the drippiest, spiffiest, best looking baseball bat of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to.
All right, let's see if the Combat can put up that same number.
let's just take a moment to admire the combat cookies and cream, the Oregon Ducks away eggshell uniform. I think I speak for most baseball players out there when I say that I would love to see just a full release of 1 million combat cookies and cream bats instead of just doing 6 billion different paint jobs of the same exact bat. You already have the drippiest bat in the game. Just give us a whole bunch of these bad boys. However, not all of us can be that handsome, so we now crown the award for the least drippy bat of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to...
This is the new 2026 Louisville Slugger Select Power.
Year in and year out, the Select Power is one of the single best and most loved bats in all of BBCOR. I was so excited to see what the new paint job would be like, and it's freaking gray. However, that's not the main thing I'm beefing with. Kind of a two-pronged situation here. I think one of the greatest tragedies of the last 2 years in the BBCOR industry is the pingification of the Select Power. Do you remember the thud that this bat had?
Oh my goodness.
And for 2 straight years now, this is just turning into a Marucci sounding bat. Please, for the love of everything good, make the Select Power bonk again. Yeah, I've been working on that. Pingification is a word I've made up. We will now be awarding the brand of the year. The company that made the best bats all around for the first time ever. This Broski goes to... Easton and Rawlings, the bat brand of the year for 2026. They are the same company, if you didn't already know that. They also own Combat. So Combat is just the Easton in disguise pretty much. And for the past 6 years I've been doing this, Easton and Rawlings have been some of the most underwhelming bat brands until this year. They came out with the Dub, which is basically a souped up hype fire, the single best BBCOR bat in the game, not to mention the Rawlings Icon BBCOR, the Rawlings Icon U-Trip, the Hype Fire U-Trip, the Rawlings Clout. And they also dropped the biggest surprise by far of 2026 with the Easton Hype Fire BBCOR. They do have some room to grow in both wood bats and the USA category, but just between U-Trip and BBCOR alone, Easton and Rawlings takes the cake. And lastly, we will be awarding the new Barry Award, a bat that didn't quite follow all the rules and isn't really legal for anything out there. However, this is one of the hottest baseball bats, maybe the hottest I've ever swung in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broski goes to...
Oh my gosh.
That's my hardest hit of all time.
Mr. 127 himself, the Black Emerald, and more specifically, the Drop 8 green handle uncertified version of the Black Emerald. I think it is for the best, for the health and safety of everyone, that this bat is illegal. However, if and when we do our Guinness World Record attempt for the hardest and farthest ball ever hit this year, if Guinness works with us, this will be the weapon of choice. And with that, we begin Season 7 of the Baseball Bat Bros. And as I sit here in 27 degrees in Central Oregon, I reminisce on the year we just had. We hit 1 million subscribers. We had our best year ever. And I somehow still get to do this as my job. We are so grateful for you guys that you trust us to do this. So we will keep bringing it with independent, unbiased, brutally honest reviews. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.